Good morning, everybody. It is meteorologist Angel Weather Forecast, and welcome back to the video, guys. This will be another update on the severe weather for parts of the south central and northeast, and then we can have some scattered bands of rain in the Ohio Valley. But these storms are really going to get pretty bad, especially in the northeast. These storms will really be intensifying with this low pressure system getting closer and closer. So, guys, this is just going to be that update for those people who want the newest data on what's going to happen today. And this is going to be more of a today and tomorrow storm, but the worst of it will be today. So let's go ahead and take a look at the active alerts. So this is, in general, one of the circles, one of the areas, the south central, that are in the plains that are going to get affected by the storm. And then we have the northeast. We're going to have two systems. This area is going to be the storm, is going to be the leftover, the storm that happened yesterday. That's continuing to go east. And then this is going to be a new storm developing due to the moisture in the atmosphere. It's really going to be starting to form as we go in the next couple of hours. So let's check the Texas one first. So in this area, this is where we have the worst of it so far, and it's brownish, red color together. We have severe thunderstorm watches, and then these orange colors right here, we have severe thunderstorm warnings. So that's where we can have really bad thunderstorms. And then in this one county, in the really dark brown there, we have flash flood warning. So far, no tornado warnings or tornado watches. That's very good, but that will all change very soon. And then all around this in the dark green, we have flood watches. And then the light green colors, we do have flood warnings. And then same thing here, except we don't have any severe thunderstorm watches and warnings. We only have flood watches and flood warnings. No severe thunderstorms though there yet. So that's the active alerts. So we're gonna be taking a look very quick at the radar in the northeast first, because they will be getting really the severe weather the soonest. So in the next hour or so, we're gonna have really strong bands south of the Indianapolis area. Really going to intensify there as it's still moving on, continuing, and then that will like just disintegrate away. And then we're going to have some scattered little bands form. Again, guys, the northeast does not get these huge one bands that Texas gets. They get very scattered bands due to how cold it is out there, and it's not super warm. They're going to have some scattered bands, but these bands may be small, guys, but they are very strong. Look at these bands right here. Very strong bands right here. A little small band can cause a lot of damage, if you know. And then later today, we go more into the noon hours, into the afternoon hours. We're really gonna have some very strong bands, as they're gonna really come together. These bands, very strong storms in the northern part of Pennsylvania, and then we're actually gonna have bands stretching all the way to the Indianapolis area and the Fort Wayne area after this. But this will be the biggest area right here that has severe weather. In the Pennsylvania area, Pittsburgh's going to get some severe weather, stretching the central part of Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh can get it, and then stretching to central Pennsylvania, and then very strong storms in the West Virginia area. And then for the Columbus, Ohio area, can really get some strong bands. But this is really rare to have these bands come together so well. And then we're really going to have it come together, and especially to the coastal areas now. New York City can have some very strong bands, and then we're going to have another band behind it. In the into the northern part of Virginia, very strong bands right there, and then possibly some scattered little bands hanging out in there in the Pittsburgh area, but very strong bands in the New England area. And then we have a huge band stretching just from the New York City area, so it can be quite bad today. But most likely no severe weather here tomorrow. Maybe just some scattered bands there. But we're just gonna have tomorrow some clear areas, maybe some scattered rain showers, and then we're gonna have this next system that you're gonna see in the next couple, or that you're gonna see soon. We're gonna have next system that's really gonna bring a lot of rain for Detroit and the Indianapolis area, and that can possibly hit the northeast. But it's not going to be really bad tomorrow. This would most likely just turn into very scattered bands, like looking like this really, but it's not going to be that bad into the northeast tomorrow. But today will be the worst day in the northeast. Alright, guys, so this is what I'm going to be talking about, the next system we're talking about. So this is the one that's going to be finishing off there, moving to the northeast. But it's right here. This low pressure system right here is going to form some really strong bands in the next hour or so. but it's not going to be very bad in the next hour. It's going to start getting bad in like the next 3 hours or so, 3 to 4 hours. So in 3 to 4 hours, we have some very, very strong bands getting to the Tulsa, Oklahoma area, and then to the northern part of Texas. So we can have some very powerful bands in there. And then we go later into today. The strongest bands move into the southeastern part of Oklahoma, and then a small little band that's stretching near the Dallas area. Dallas can get some very strong bands, but not going to be as strong as the up here. They're going to just get some light to moderate rain, possibly thunder, and then we're going to have some rain, some more bands just above this major band there. So again, if you are not going to get hit by this band like right there, you can still get affected by the smaller ones. And then this will really start falling into two pieces right here. It's going to split up right here. It's going to stay into parts of the Dallas area, and then it's going to move up into the northern area. It's going to split it into three bands. We have one here, two here, and then three here. It starts to split up right here. But it's really going to bring some strong bands for the northern tip of Arkansas and southern Missouri. And they're going to bring some scattered rain showers to the St. Louis area. And then it's going to bring some very severe weather for the Dallas area. And then it's going to go on as we go on to near to the around very late hours today. We can have some more rain showers get into the Midwest there. And the band starts to get to more of a band formation, moving to where it should be going to the south instead of the north, like these storms are going, and then it's going to move to the south and then split up into two pieces again. So it's going to split into two pieces twice. Then it's going to split up here, and then again it's going to move up into the north. But it's going to be very, very small. This band here, it's not going to be that bad. The worst of it will be right here in this small little tip. But the rest of this will just be light to moderate rain, so it's not going to be turning into a worse band there. And then it'll be going on, and then it's going to be going into the Indiana and Illinois area, and then possibly bring some severe weather for the Detroit area tomorrow. But again, tomorrow won't be the really bad day. It's going to be today. And then we're going to be taking a look at the what we have in the plains now for you guys to know where it's going to go after the Texas area. But for today, let's look at today, though. So today we're going to have these storms really into the Indiana area that can possibly move into the northeast area that are going to be causing this really severe weather. And then the areas in the West Virginia area can really have some severe weather. And then we're going to have some very small bands moving to the Bern, Indiana area. And then we're going to have some, once it moves north, we're going to have it move into the Missouri area, like we couldn't see it there. And then it's going to bring some severe weather into the Des Moines area, west of the Des Moines area, or east of the Des Moines area, sorry. And then it's going to bring some severe weather for the Illinois area. And then it's going to have some severe weather for the West Virginia area as we go later into tomorrow. And then tomorrow, it will bring some light rain showers right here. So that's why it's not going to, yes, we're going to have rain tomorrow, but it's not going to be a tremendous severe weather threat. It's just going to be some light to moderate rain. No really big threat for severe weather. And this probably won't be as bad as it looks there in the Detroit area. And that's going to really fall apart. See, like I said, it does fall apart right here. You don't really see anything. It's just going to be in this one little area that's going to be light to moderate rain, except right here in the Columbus, Ohio area. So that's what it's going to look like basically today and tomorrow. So, yeah. So, we're going to be taking a look at the, sorry guys, my nose. We're going to be looking at the Storm Prediction Center, guys. It's going to be, again, two areas. It's going to be right here in the northeast and the mid-Atlantic, and it's going to be right here in the plains. So, it's going to all connect whatsoever right here. Let me get this. It's going to be connecting right here, because once these storms are right here in the south central, once they're forming up and moving to the north, as you can see, the pattern is it's moving up north, so the enhanced force will be a bit bigger. So then once it moves north, it's going to take a turn to the north, and it's going to take a turn to the northeast, and so that's why we're going to have it meet right here, and then that's just going to bring more severe weather to the northeast. So that's basically why we had the big two areas. But we're going to be taking a look at the marginal risks right now. So the marginal risk population is 29 million, guys. We have Chicago, San Antonio, Oklahoma City, Cleveland, and Toledo. So it's quite a big range, guys, all the way to San Antonio, all the way to Toledo and other parts of the Northeast. And then let's talk about the slight chance. So this is where we can have these more of these little outer bands that can those smaller outer bands that can really bring some severe weather, but they're going to be very small bands. So we're going to have a population about 38 million people in this slight chance. We're going to have Indianapolis, Columbus, Ohio, Austin, Texas, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Cincinnati. So we're going to have a lot of major cities right here. And so we're going to have Louisville too. Now we're going to be taking up the enhanced risk. This is probably the biggest enhanced risk I've seen so far. It's got a big population. We have an enhanced risk of about 50 million. Very, very big. So that means a lot of areas will be having severe weather today. It's going to be very widespread. But it's major. It's the biggest because it's actually going to be just south of New York City. So it's going to have a lot of that population there. But we're going to have New York City. We're gonna have you're gonna have New York City, but just barely. New York City is just like right on the border. We're gonna have New York City, Philadelphia, and then we're gonna go to Dallas, and then to Fort Worth, and then we're gonna have Baltimore, and then we're also gonna have St. Louis too in there. But that's where we're gonna have the worst of the severe weather today. And then we go to tomorrow again, guys. No big threat, just a marginal risk, because again it's just gonna be light to moderate rain. No big severe threat there, so just a marginal risk, which is not that bad. Alright guys, we're going to be taking a look at the storm reports, or severe weather reports we did have yesterday, for you guys to have a better understanding what is possible today, as these storms are going to move into the same exact area basically. So we did have 27 tornado reports. I predicted, I think 30, I did, or 35. I predicted around there yesterday. The bullseye for the tornadoes were is in the Kansas City area, into the Kansas area where we had those surrounding storms developing, and then we had a tornado report into the Illinois area, and then actually just a couple miles away from the Philadelphia area we had a tornado report, and then we had 112 wind reports stretching all the way right here where these storms passed. So that's without a doubt wind reports very bad. And then we had 250 hail reports. A lot in this one area near the Pittsburgh area, so Pittsburgh did have a large hail amount. And then we have 389 total reports. So this is something that we can really see. And you can see it stretching all the way from the Texas area all the way to the northeast area. So this is really a widespread issue, stretching from a lot of states and a lot of ground. So again, not just severe weather is a threat, but we have flooding is a threat too, guys. I've been saying this a lot because more and more news about the Oklahoma City and the Oklahoma and Arkansas flooding threats. And guys, that can really spread, especially right here in this Arkansas area. That can really get worse at this issue, as they're getting additionally up to 5 inches in northern Arkansas, guys. And then we can actually have that issue eventually take place in the northeast, as they have been getting non-stop rain for the past couple of days though. Alright, so we have 5 inches up into the northwestern part of Arkansas. That's the heaviest amount, around the heaviest amount there. And then we're going to have a good amount of rain to the Texas area and Dallas area, up to 2.5 inches there. And then we're going to have a band stretching from the northeast to the Chicago area. That's where we can actually get the most amount of rain to the Pittsburgh area, getting up to around 4 inches. And then the rest of the areas can get 2 to 1.5 inches. So again, guys, 1.5 inches may sound a bit little if you live in the southeast or the south central, guys, but that's quite a lot of rain for the northeast in one system. So just be careful, guys, with the possible flooding. And if you see a puddle in the road, don't drive over it. It's risky because you don't know how big that puddle could be. Alright, guys, or how deep it can be. Alright, guys, so we're going to be taking a look at the Cape like always. And we're going to have some very widespread high numbers, just like the storms, especially into the northern part of Arkansas and Oklahoma. We can have 4,100 in northern Oklahoma, and then 4,000 to the northern part of Arkansas, and then 3,800 into the Dallas area. And we're going to have all those numbers stretching all the way into the southern part of Iowa. We can really have around 3,800 into the Iowa area. We go to 8 p.m. today, we can have some very high numbers. Alright, so we're going to see the Cape split up like the severe weather band. It's going to split up right here. But it's really going to be heading to that southern part of this system right here. It's really going to be really, really high numbers into the southern part of Illinois. It's going to be like right there near the Louisville area. We're going to have 4,400, 4,000, 4,300 into the southern part of Illinois. And then we're going to have 4,100 and 3,800 to the northern part of Illinois. And then we're going to have some 4,000 and 3,000 into the part of Texas. And let's go to tomorrow at 11 a.m. tomorrow. So tomorrow at 11 a.m. it's really small to the Texas area. Not really going to have some really high numbers. Honestly, Houston's 3,200. Not going to have any high numbers tomorrow. And then at 8 p.m. we're just going to have these regular high numbers stay up into the Texas area. So guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And yeah, see you guys in the next video.